So, guys, we are doing a team battle today. This is Coach Quirked, aka Sam, and he's been actually running his own team for several weeks now. How long has it been, actually? Yeah, not too long. Like, we just got started, and Coach Gino was teaching the other team, and yeah, I've been wanting to do a little scrim for a while, just to give the team members something to look forward to. Oh, let me. Oh, awesome, great. Oh, they're saying they can't. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, your sound was super low. So they weren't able to hear what you said, but basically it's been 5 weeks of coaching for this team, and we're just gonna cycle through the games here. It's 15 plus 5. Oh, it looks like the match is set up automatically to do two boards. I didn't realize that, or two games per board.
So it's gonna swap automatically once the games are over.
Yeah, it looks like it'll just start the second round. I'm not sure if it's gonna be immediately after the game finishes or once all the games finish in round one.
Hopefully, they get a chance for a break at least, because 15-5 is not the shortest time control.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like yeah, you need like a good minute or two. Um, we'll see if it's immediate. I mean, the players could just abort the game and ignore it or
Yeah.
something. Now I'll figure it out. Hey, Mitch, good to see you guys. So yeah, this is gonna be exciting. I've never done one of these team scrimmages before, um, but it looks like it's gonna be fun. We've got Rosewood versus National here. Is there one or two players that you are excited to see play today?
Yeah, so I've known Jay Wells for quite some time. I know he's actually not in the list here. He's sort of off the radar.
Right.
Um, but so I've known him from 45 League, from other discords. So I always like watching people that I know play. Um, yeah, that's my main one. This looks like an interesting position though. This is I love French positions, so these things always catch my attention.
Oh, do you play the French as black?
I like pretty much only play the French as black.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's fun.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah, French can be all right. I don't mind it. I think it's a good weapon to play for a win. Actually, I think against a lot of players.
Yeah, well, that's so. I generally enjoy positions where I think the better player will outplay the lesser player, and I
Hmm.
would classify the French as one of those openings where the better player will almost always win.
I see. Yeah, I mean that's the French. I would definitely put in that category. Do you play like a lot of winnowers then?
Oh yeah, and I play this. I play the stupid Queen A5 stuff as well.
Uh huh. That's funny. Yeah, the winnower is like the worst opening in chess for both sides. I feel like it's unplayable.
I love it. I have a really good score in the winner. It's just a lot of fun.
Nice, nice. Okay, so we got Drew Tuck against INTP Mike, and let's see. Looks like this was a Petrov. I actually don't want to go into the games too much. I just kind of want to see what's happening generally.
For sure.
This is a pretty fast time control, so we might see some early blunders here. Uh, oh yeah, I'll try to be vocal about which game I'm on, so you can make sure to follow it. But now I'm on Thad Stevens versus.
Oh, I'm just following through the stream right now.
Oh, that works too. That works too. This looks like we had QGA here.
This DC5 stuff has always been very uninspiring to me.
Yeah, I think if Black can just develop here, a lot of times like it just feels like Black is a little bit more comfortable. I feel like the Queen is actually better on B6. just because it always makes it annoying and hard for white to then play e4.
Yeah, and also I think white might be trying to play a3, b4 here, and then the bishop might have wanted to go back to the e7 square in those positions.
Right, exactly. Yeah, the bishop. But I guess here the bishop can go back on this diagonal, so that makes sense.
Yeah, and there's a3 from white, so white's on the same page as I am. No, this looks, very, very equal. But I think draw is still not the favorite in this position.
Mm-hmm. No, none of the games. I don't think we're going to see any draws.
I agree with that assessment. As white, I would be very interested in playing knight d2 and then putting a lot of knights on e4 in that last position.
Sure. Yeah. Or sometimes white does this with knight g5 also.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense as well.
But yeah, this game 4 just caught my eye.
It looked pretty spicy.
Yeah, this is like.
It looks very spicy. How did we get here?
Insane position. Okay, it was Slav.
That did not look like a Slav, but okay.
And then
e5.
Is this what you guys have been working on?
I'm gonna give that one an exclamation question mark.
Wow, I mean, points for creativity though. Like,
it's like an Albin, but not.
Right. Yeah, it's like. Yeah, definitely a weird version of the Albin. Okay, 97 is definitely where things get. Things go bad for black. So I see.
But like, if you're not playing 97, it's kind of hard to suggest a good move.
I mean, I feel like it should be playable. Like I would just try like maybe
Bishop e6.
Bishop e6, bishop f5, queen d5. I mean, for a rapid game, I could see black surviving this. It's definitely like it's borderline. It's like it's playable. I played Nepo in Title Tuesday like a couple months ago, I think. Yeah, he played the Albin, and I was like, okay, great, like huge chance for me. But that opening, even though it's like +1 for white all over the place, it's very tricky and complicated. So like, I just couldn't handle it.
For sure, Albin's super tricky.
Yeah, he just totally killed me. Okay, let me try to get Jerry's game real quick.
While you're doing that, can you actually bring us up to the live position so we can see just how bad it's gone?
Oh yeah. So white got to this point.
He's only. Oh, I was about to say he's only down an exchange, but it's exchange and 2 pawns.
Yeah, exchange and 2 pawns. I mean, it's definitely not like it's one knight fork away from turning.
There you go. Ever the optimist.
But yeah, we'll see. Okay, I got Jerry's game here. He's playing black. Oh, he actually just lost the game. Wonder what happened. Looks like some kind of
interesting.
Oh, just blundered the queen. Sorry, Jerry. Happens.
Oh, yeah, that's rough.
Otherwise, the game had this. Yeah, Jerry, if you watch this later, I think it's kind of early to play d5. Usually black does try to castle in these positions before going for this break. And since white has already played c3, I think you're going to be in good shape here to go for d5. Here it's too early. I'm not sure if it's bad exactly for queen b3 or maybe some other reason, but yeah, in general, it's considered risky. I mean, I think black. Wait,
well,
sorry.
he was already down a piece, right?
Yeah,
he lost the bishop.
Right. So
yeah, queen b3 just refutes this because you lose the c5 bishop, the d5 or f7. You lose something.
Right. Knight a5 is bad. If bishop e6, queen takes b7 is just a huge problem, and because this is hanging, and then there's queen b5 check still, and then if knight moves f7 is hanging. Oh yeah, so this is this is just an opening mistake.
This goes back to your point of needing to castle before you strike in the center.
Right. Yeah. I think that's exactly why. Castles and then d5, and then that position is considered very very double-edged. Okay, guys.
Yeah, I've always liked that for black. Actually, it always felt like black is equalized in the center and just feels very pleasant.
Yeah, it's a pretty critical line. This is the Gustafsson stuff. That's what he likes. So I'm sure it's like really concrete. There is some question of like move orders, like if white plays, let's say, castles and then rook e1, for example, then it's hard for black to get d5 in, and then they have to play something with d6.
Got it.
So, if my opponent was like, yeah, castle's d5 player in the Italian game, and I wanted to make life uncomfortable for them, I would go for this line, force them into a d6 position, and then play like c3, and they're going to have less experience here. But yeah.
Are we saying that that white's not unhappy there after knight g4, rook e2?
Yeah, I think a lot of times, yeah, like white just kicks the knight back and it's no problem. It looks like we got the next game. Oh, they'll figure it out. But they're gonna rematch.
Awesome.
And so we'll have to keep this. We'll have to keep the score in mind here, because that was 1 point for your team. +1.
Oh yeah, because Robert's playing on my team, right?
Yeah, I put him on your team. I mean, kind of randomly, but it counts.
Someone in the chat has recognized me because I used to do game reviews for the 45 league, like the end of season reviews.
Oh yeah, I was wondering about that. Was that for YouTube?
Yeah, so they every season they do a little bit of a wrap up. I used to stream it on Twitch, and then put it on YouTube afterwards. A lot of fun.
Gotcha. Awesome.
Ooh, we have a molar.
Yeah.
Or no, this isn't. Is this the molar? It could have been.
This is the molar attack.
Well, the molar is after CD and then bishop b4 check. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Right. So this one now goes into like kind of Scotch Gambit type territory.
They're blitzing this far faster than I can process this because I don't know the theory here. So I'm just like I trust you. I hope this is right.
Yeah. So far so normal. Like white goes e5 here. d5 is important. Knight e4 is good. So he takes d4. Here black has a couple options. I think bishop b6 is the main line, where black just tries to play like a quick bishop g4 and then castles and f6. Oh, and looks like we got a result in one of the other games. So let's just jump there. Looks like Dande defeated Taywald.
Oh, this was the game that went very wrong out of the opening.
Right. This was the early disaster. So that makes sense. And let me see. I'm curious here.
But good technique from Adande, because it's easy to, or well, it's not easy to get these winning positions, but so often you get these winning positions and then like something strange happens. So good conversion throughout, no counterplay, simple chess, gets the win.
Yeah, I'm just going through his game now. Looks like it was pretty clean. Didn't give black any chances. That is important because every once in a while you'll bungle one of these, and definitely hurts you in the long run.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, Kostya. I have built my rating on the premise of beating 18 and 1900s from dead loss positions. That's how I function as a chess player.
That's very funny. And what is your USCF at, or what was your peak?
My peak USCF is 2170.
Nice.
So just short, right?
Yeah. Did you have goals of becoming 2200?
Yeah. So it's still my goal for sure. I'm very close to my peak. I'm at like 2150 something right now.
Mm-hmm.
So when things resume, I'm definitely gonna be on the grind, playing a lot of tournaments, trying to get my title.
Mm, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm sure you'll get it. I feel like, I mean, the last 50 points is nothing. I mean, it's just like, just aim for 2300 and you'll get it. It's like,
You
just
well,
overshoot.
that's a really good attitude, I think, actually.
Yeah. I mean, because once you get 20, you're just going to want to get to 2300 anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
So, so yeah, I think it's important to try to do stuff that you feel like will kind of take you to the next level, like building good habits. For me, that was always just like choosing to play for a win. If I felt like I was better against players of, let's say, like a higher rating. Um, I think I would set limits though. I think when I was like 2100 or so, I felt like, okay, anyone under 2300, if I feel like I'm better or even just slightly pressing, like I'm just gonna try to win the game. I'm just gonna take my chance, try to win. And then above that, like, okay, they're like, immortal. Like I can't beat them, so draw is good. Like no matter what. Now I'm like I've upped that limit. So now it's just like anyone, if I have a good position, like no draw, like no, I don't care. I'm gonna try to win that game.
No, that's a great attitude, and it's like it's such a fostering of chess growth because if you want to make 2200 or whatever rating level, you have to start beating people above that level
Yeah.
because you're gonna drop games to people below your rating. It's gonna happen,
Right.
and you have to make up for that by beating people above your level.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's usually how I'll see progress kind of happen is someone just starts, um, they just like, yeah, they just start drawing. Because usually it's like a roller coaster. Like you beat lower rated players, you lose to higher rated players, and then you just go up and down. But then you'll start making some draws against high rated players and still beating most of the lower rated players that you play and slowly just like making gains. I think it's very rare that someone just like, um, only beats people at their level and below, never beats a high rated player, and then just like slowly makes progress. It's like usually you're scoring upsets, you're getting draws, you're getting wins. Sometimes they can be lucky wins, like players will blunder pieces all the time. I mean, I lost to a 1900 player, I think it was beginning of last year because I like hung a piece and that he just took it and it was game over. So it was like, um, that can happen. And yeah, if you're confident, you need that confidence in yourself. You need to be able to visualize yourself actually beating a stronger player. Sometimes it can be hard to even like imagine that happening.
No, that's a great point as well because it's very easy to get caught up in chess being this very skill based game, which it is a skill based game, but there's definitely luck aspects involved, and people are going to make mistakes, and if they make a mistake against you, that's very fortunate, and you're going to make mistakes, and you might make a mistake against a much lower rated player as well. Wasn't this c3 pawn hanging, or am I crazy?
Yeah, let's
I
let's
sort
see
of
what's
because
going
if
on here.
I thought I thought the only reason black wasn't completely lost was because the knight on a3 was not existing. And if the knight is allowed to join the game without some punishment, I thought this should just be excellent for white.
Yeah, now the knight gets to d4. Although I kind of feel like if black is given like two moves here to get the king to b8 and like bishop to d6, then black is gonna be totally fine.
Yeah, I might have been overestimating this, I will admit.
But it seems like maybe white had something earlier because black's king.
Oh yeah, black's king was floating in the wind.
Okay, yeah, let's just see how this played out. So this was the French,
Mhm.
and okay, we had c4, bishop back, knight takes e5, take on e7, take
So
g3.
black is playing sort of, he's playing the principled way and said, I don't see what's wrong with winning the pawn, and I'm going to force you to prove what's wrong with winning the pawn.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like he did kind of get away with it. I'm guessing here he didn't like this one because of queen takes d5. And
Okay, I take on e1.
Things just like kind of open up. So rook takes e1.
I don't know. King d8 looks like I'm getting away with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think white's compensation is kind of fishy.
Well,
Um,
also because black is like, if I get my king to c8, black's gonna play like bishop c6, and
right.
all of a sudden white's king is gonna be the one that's unhappy.
Yeah, it's really not enough. In all these positions, actually, the bishop on b1 is just not really participating.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he could have taken, but I kind of like the practical decision to just let me get back to the live game, just to improve the king. I don't like rook f8 though. I mean, that's like, do you really need this right now? Just get your king over. And bishop g7. Okay, knight f3. It's like black is just playing positional chess as if his king is not on d8.
Well, but he might have a right to, because, like you said, I think the fact that the bishop b1 is so non-existent is really harming white's ability to make progress. But white might be threatening to play knight g5 in this position, trying to activate the light square bishop. And I think that would actually be a very good try for him.
Yeah, it looks like that's kind of the idea. Either that or knight e5.
I really prefer knight g5 because I really want to loosen up the g6 square so that my bishop can actually join the game. Right, because knight g5, I don't really see how you address that without loosening the g6 square some.
Well, this is the problem with having the king on d8. If we just play king c8, knight g5, we can go rook h8.
That's true, yeah.
And just continue.
But here, can't I play knight f7 and make a draw? After rook h8? Knight f7, draw agreed.
I mean,
knight g5, yeah.
I mean, I guess so. We could think about black just playing h6 and g5 anyway.
Yeah.
So I feel like this would be kind of white being a little bit provocative. I don't know. I think for me it feels like white should just try to plant this knight on e5 and just try to control the center. Yeah, I think queen needs to be on d4, knight on e5. Just these squares need to be occupied, and the bishop on d7 needs to be kept boxed in. Then actually maybe white could be better if black makes like a wrong. This is starting to feel a little Nimzovician.
Yeah, I guess I sort of underappreciated how bad the black bishop was as well, and not instead of just focusing on my own bishop. Anyway, this is definitely an interesting one. Looks like it's going to go for quite some time. What happened in? We had a couple other ones that were going.
Yeah, let's see. So we got INTP Mike versus Drew Tuck. This is a Petrov.
This is interesting. How did we double these f-pawns?
Let's see.
I guess so, bishop g4 takes f3 probably? No.
So knight d7, yeah, knight e5. And queen d4. Wow, he spent some time on this move. This one is... Okay, interesting idea. I have to say it's pretty bold. And I don't mind it. I mean, the G file is worth a lot for white in these positions. So I think this is something that happens quite a bit.
So I will say I don't like combining rook g1 with bishop d5. I don't think, because I feel like if we want to play for the attack, we should be trying to keep more pieces.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this bishop is much more useful than black's bishop here. Always
I think the bishop should be on. First of all, I think the bishop should be on d3.
Oh sure. Yeah, we can do this too.
Second of all, I think here I would play a move like maybe rook g3.
Right.
Just try and activate this way.
Yeah, I like rook g3. Bishop e5, we have f4. And then just second rook to g1. I kind of like having the bishop here because it makes it hard for black to play g6. They always have to think about the tactics.
Yeah, but I think even in the game, white might have something, because in the game position, it looked like white could maybe play the move queen h6.
Oh, he did play queen h6.
He did, okay.
Or maybe I played it. I was thinking about this one. No, this is on the board. Yeah, because I've been doing a lot of puzzle rush. So queen h6 was like the first move. I was like, oh, no, this looks really dangerous.
Well, so you can play g6,
yeah.
and nothing immediately terrible happens to you. But you're sort of asking me to play like h4.
Yeah, there's h4, h5. There's rook g3, rook h3.
And I think black's big problem here is he really doesn't have any counterplay right now.
Right.
He needs something.
Yeah. No moves that white has to respond to.
Yeah.
White can just ignore anything black does. Okay. Well,
is g6 on the board here?
Yeah, looks like.
This looks very promising for the white player. I will say I like what white's done this game. He's playing very enterprisingly, and it looks like he's currently getting rewarded. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, no, it really does look nice. I mean, rook g3 I feel like is not totally winning yet, just because black can take, and I think give check, and go queen e7.
Couldn't I have played queen f6 in that position as well? Instead of playing rook e1 check.
True. Yeah. I think this is also.
And just go put my queen on g7 and kick you out.
Right. Just queen g7. Yeah. Black is solid there. So,
although what if white puts all his rooks on the h file in that line? Right. Taking queen f6. And now I just put every rook on the h file.
But in the Sun game, you just give the h pawn as black. You just go rook e2.
Yeah, white's pawns are so weak. I agree.
Yeah, and the king always kind of lives on f6 here. So, okay, this one, I don't think would be good. Yeah, I like h4 more from Mike. Mike playing
for sure. Well. Did he play h4?
Mm-hmm. h4 on the board.
This is a nice game. And look at black's time as well. This is going to be really hard to hold.
Yeah. Okay, c5. Good move. Trying to force things.
I would probably play bishop c3 here, honestly.
Oh, wow. But still black can take and go queen
f6.
he
can take a queen f6. Why am I destroying my structure?
Yeah.
I guess I take and play h5 and just continue to play chess.
Right, and actually white's queen can come back to f4 here.
Mm-hmm.
And then hit this one and think about h6. I would say probably black is pretty close to equalizing, but time is going to be obviously like a big thing.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. All right, let's check in with Thad. And
that was the one that went wrong the first time around, right? So is this the second game?
No, this is the.
Oh, this is the QGA.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Where?
So they played e4, e5. Interesting.
Right. So a lot of times it's hard for white to play without this move. I like knight b6, knight c4. White had to give up the bishop, but won a pawn. So actually, let's see how this played out. Bishop b8. This is what we have now. Not clear if black really has enough compensation for the pawn.
My feeling is that he doesn't. I would be happier to have the white side here, I'm pretty sure.
Same, feels like white's in control. Hey Mitch, thanks for the bits. Much appreciated.
Cheers. Mitch is a fellow madman like myself.
Yeah, actually, well, yeah, Mitch and Sam know each other from the Warrior team. And so yeah, they have gone in their own coaching here. I mean, ultimately the idea I was thinking is eventually like a coaching pyramid scheme. We coach the coaches and the coaches coach the rest of the dojo. I feel like that's kind of has to be the long-term vision.
Because you know the comic Watchmen.
I've heard of it. I haven't read it. I've never been a
So
big
so
comic guy.
the tagline of Watchmen is "Who watches the Watchmen?"
Mm.
And we can do our own version. Who coaches the coaches?
Yeah, exactly. So I think these team battles, I feel like these are going to be an important part of things. I just feel like they're fun. There's a scoreboard.
Yeah, it's good. It's good camaraderie while still being competitive. I like this idea a lot.
And then later you guys are going to be doing a training session and looking at these games,
Yes, correct.
which is super cool.
I think here white can play is I feel like Rook C5 should be a good move here.
Yeah, that's the one thing about white in this position is that this rook is just a little bit awkward.
I'm trying to solve the problem of the rook, and if I can just put it on C5 and take E5, I'm like very happy about that.
Yeah, maybe queen E7.
Yeah, valid. And do I have to go back, or can I be... No, I don't have... Well, I could play bishop A3. Things are getting a little wonky, though. No, bishop A3 is a bad move. You have bishop D6.
No, but hold on. Bishop A3, bishop D6, rook E5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty. That's pretty.
Puzzle rush.
Yeah, that's a nice puzzle rush for there. That's for sure.
I don't know. Maybe it's still like bad for white though. I don't know. Like, no, probably not. I mean, pieces.
No, but
are
here I can take on D6, and I should lose that.
Yeah, we should be able to hold everything here. Yeah, I like rook C5. I think it's annoying. White goes bishop C1, which is sensible.
Yeah, I like this move. And I think more importantly, it's such an annoying move to face when you have 10 seconds on your clock. Because the black player is really low on time, and white didn't attack anything. He didn't do anything that black had to respond to, and then that makes black's coming up with a move much more challenging, I feel.
Mm-hmm. So queen D3. Oh, black is now like way down on time, so this is essentially 5-second game with increment.
Yeah, that's really tough.
Actually, it looks like one of the games finished. I feel like
Black
started a new game.
It's 2-0 and it was 1-0 before, so we definitely had a result.
Well, Adande won their second game. Whoa.
Oh, so that whole set is over. Let's take a look. Whoa, there's a king on H4. Let's take a look what happened.
Yeah, this is like Morphy Anderson, 1857.
Yeah. This looks like another opening. Did Tawal do something extremely ambitious again?
Yes, the classically romantic London system.
Yeah.
That often leads. How did this happen for white? Queen B6, knight A3, A6. White takes on C5. Queen takes B2. So some kind of pawn sacrifice for white, but no, King E2. This cannot be.
Yeah, but you had no choice at this point. You had to play King E2.
But
sorry. The rook's guarded. You could play Queen D2. My apologies.
We could, yeah, but then I guess we're just down a pawn in this endgame.
Because, we took on C5. I guess you're saying we're not going to hold it.
But isn't white still a pawn down? Yeah, because black took two.
Oh, he took 2 pawns. My bad.
So I just meant, so this is clearly not like a theoretical sacrifice, because this just doesn't look good for white, either with Queen D2 or King E2.
Knight A3 didn't look like a move I've ever seen in this sort of position, I have to say.
I haven't seen it either, but I thought maybe it's a thing?
I didn't think that, personally.
Yeah, it looks like, okay, it just didn't work out for white here.
So I see what his idea was. He wanted, after knight A3, he wanted queen takes B2. He wanted knight B5, I think.
Yeah, no, this one is super dangerous because there's knight C7, there's rook B1. I mean, the queen is really in trouble here. So these
So
ideas do exist. It's just maybe it just doesn't work out after a6.
well, yeah, a6 was a nice move, and I think he took on c5, but he should just play a move like, well, maybe not queen c2. Queen c2 is really interesting, right? Because you have to think about if bishop f5 is going to be annoying.
Yeah, it also cuts off the knight.
Yeah, but you can even just play rook b1 here and say, what's the problem?
I would think actually, like Sunny is saying, queen b3 might be the move because black's queen on b6 is going to have to like make a decision.
Oh, because you played a6. That's very clever. Because
Yeah.
normally this queen b3 move isn't very strong.
Yeah, maybe queen b3 was... Because now, like, knight b5 is kind of an annoying move. White is definitely just threatening to take on c5, and...
Yeah, that's very logical. So I think black probably shouldn't trade the queens and should, try and play some other position.
Yeah. But then what to do, actually, for black?
Yeah, I mean, the queen on c6 is not happy to be on c6.
Right, and again, there's knight b5. Maybe. I don't know, c4. c4 is unpleasant.
Knight b5? Oh my god.
But this one kind of...
you shocked me with this one. I was not ready. But yeah, c4, this looks... Well,
Yeah.
no, even there he can go knight... Oh, knight c7, you're going to take it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're taking, right. But queen c6, I think just knight f3. Yeah, the queen's just awkward.
Yeah, I agree.
So, okay, yeah, maybe something to talk about later. Or I don't know, Taywald is on...
He's on my team, so it'll be good to go over these.
Awesome.
We also got a result from Drew and INTP Mike. Drew won that game. I think, weren't we saying that we liked white?
Yeah, was there...
So something bad must have happened. Rook h1. That's probably not the move, right?
Yeah, but was the last move rook e5?
I guess white flagged.
Oh, okay.
Maybe was that a disconnect thing?
Yeah, it makes sense because the position still seems... I mean, it does look like black is okay, but...
But can't I play h5 in this position?
I think maybe he wanted queen g5 check.
That's a good resource. Yeah.
Yeah, and then black feels comfortable. I think white is still more or less fine as long as you can activate the rooks, but yeah, instead white should play like maybe f4 or something. Oh, sorry, f4 rook h5. That's no good. So maybe two.
So maybe white needed to play h5 on the previous move. Maybe this rook h. Yeah, because rook h1, you're giving him all this queen g5 stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, hey, Sombrero. I think, if you're not able to abort your game, that's not good. Looks like their game was just started, maybe automatically.
Yeah, I think it auto starts the games, which is unfortunate.
Oh, I see. What can we do here?
It's probably rated too, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. Don't feel like you guys might have to just play. Yeah, I think you should continue because any result is going to affect the match score, and I mean we can kind of figure it out later, but
Yeah, I mean, I would just play. Don't worry about it too much. We see that you made your first move 3 minutes in, which it sucks, but just play your best game. No worries.
Yeah, that's something we'll have to figure out.
Yeah, that is a little bit annoying,
but yeah, street cred for Rosewood for being a sport, taking over for the team. I mean, 3 minutes is not such a huge disadvantage. I think you can make it up.
It's a good chunk of time, but I agree. Anything can happen. Let's how many games do we have going right now?
Uh, looks like we'll have three and plus. Let's see, is Jerry's game still going? Their second one. Oh no, looks like Robert won their second game. This was the
Oh, this was the
Scotch one. So bishop b6. Let's see what happened here. Knight c3 castles. Castles. Bishop g4. h3. Yeah, actually, I think for white, they usually go bishop e3 early on just to make sure that d4 is defended. And bishop g4 can actually be met with this funny move queen c2, where white is still hoping to go queenside if black takes and goes for this structure.
Yeah, that looks almost unplayable for
Yeah.
for black.
No, really dangerous. So the way white played it with castles, I think, is a little bit harmless, and so black just gets a pretty comfortable game here.
Well, after h3, hold on, am I daft? Why can't I take this pawn? Are you gonna play g takes?
I guess maybe gf3. I'm not totally sure what's going on here. It could be playable for white, but it's like bishop e3, for example. And then if black takes this pawn, we just go king g2. Sometimes there's weird stuff like this, and white ends up crushing with the h file.
Yeah, I believe it.
I
definitely believe that one.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. I mean, bishop h5 makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
And then if black can just play f6 here, I think they're usually just fine. But queen c2 doesn't seem right. I think at this point, white should be going bishop e3, bishop e2.
Yeah, for sure.
And now this one, yeah, just seems like, oh, everything collapses. Wow.
Yeah, because the knight is no longer pinned.
Yeah. Okay, tough one for Jerry.
Oh, he lost. Yeah.
But let's go to Drew Tuck versus Mike, because we got a dragon. And everyone loves a good dragon.
Ah, so we got knight c4. Okay.
Oh, but this line is pretty dangerous for
everybody.
For black, no, because white hasn't committed to bishop c4, bishop b3. Although we'll get back to this one, because oh, never mind. I thought another game was finished. So yeah, this line is a little bit risky for black because white just gets all of their main attacking moves. Okay, personally, yeah. I think bishop e2 is more accurate here, but in this case, white gets kind of the best of all worlds because black plays knight c4, white gets to take without moving the bishop, and now white is basically up a lot of time.
So if knight c4 is inaccurate, what should black be playing in that position?
I think in this one, there are definitely some ideas with rook c3, like even in this position. Not sure exactly if it's working here, but something like this, actually, like some sacrifice might
That's really interesting. And then you want to go knight e4?
Yeah, like take knight e4, and then g4 will also be hanging. Or black can go queen a5 as well to start, and then with all the same ideas.
So an interesting thought is instead of taking on f3 in that line, you could take on g4 instead, and not withdraw the knight. So then, I don't know, I feel like the knight is less happy to be on d4 than on f3. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but...
Yeah, I'm not sure. There's some ideas. I strictly recall that white should put the bishop on e2 here, giving up one tempo in case of these knight c4 lines, but it doesn't matter because it's still good for white, but securing this pawn chain so that there's no, like, no sacks. But personally, I just feel like black shouldn't be playing bishop d7 when white castles queenside. I think black should just play d5 here.
Yes, I mean this one I was aware of. Yeah.
At this level, it's fine, but if white knows what they're doing, and I mean Drew Tuck, so far he's done everything pretty well, like g4, h4. Okay, here I would go bishop e2, but this is a huge advantage for white. So he he's in good shape. I don't know if knight d5 is the most accurate move here, or even if white necessarily has to take right away. I feel like knight b3 kind of makes sense. Actually, white can wait for queen a5. So I would maybe just go king b1 here as white. And then the most important trick for white to know that almost kind of refutes this line for black is...
Oh, the knight d5 stuff. Yeah.
Well, whenever black goes queen a5, yeah, number one, there's knight d5. That's absolutely true. But actually, even this one aside, knight b3 might be even stronger here, because once the queen goes back, white has e5 and then takes g5. And the knight is hit, the bishop is hanging, and basically white just wins.
Got it. That is a nice trick to know.
Yeah.
If we go back to where you were playing king b1, so I'm a same-ish sort of guy, and my same-ish instincts are telling me play bishop h6, right, and do this whole thing.
Yeah, but bishop h6, there's rook d4, so it needs to be prepared.
Good point. I understand that.
Although, wait, okay, well, hold on. With the king on c1, yeah, especially this one is a problem. With the king on b1, maybe, like, it's possible just because of hg at the end. Like, this looks like it could be really dangerous.
Even here, just like bishop g7 and chill.
It's not super clear, but I feel like I would probably take white again. But so yeah, a lot of times that's why white will go like knight d2 in this position, or knight b3 to kind of set up bishop h6. Both these moves actually have pros and cons. Like knight e2 strengthens this knight on c3. We saw this in that famous game like Karpov Korchnoi when he kind of uses this plan. But with knight b3, you leave the queen open to slide over to h2, which is often useful after we take, and then we go like queen h2, and then g5 and e5 stuff.
Yeah, no, that all makes a lot of sense.
Hey, Game Per Frame, let me put up the standings here. Actually, we got Coach Gino in the chat. Actually, since you're here, one thing that I want to ask you guys to do, or I've been meaning to ask you guys, is to start thinking about a potential team name. So right now they're just like Team Quirked, Team Gino, but you know, these teams might transcend you guys one day. You know, another coach might take over, and so I feel like you guys should come up with some kind of team identity. Whatever you want to do. It can be maybe 1 or 2 words.
Yeah, this is really really interesting position. Really, really rich stuff. Has the game progressed at all?
Yeah, so we had knight d5, rook f7, knight takes f6, bishop takes f6. I don't feel like this was the most incisive that white can do.
I agree. I feel like, so I would be okay with him taking on f6 if he like immediately played his next move to show he had some like idea behind taking on f6. But if we're going to take on f6 and then think about it, we should probably do the thinking before we take on f6.
Right, just to make sure that that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, we got f4.
Okay, so that was his idea, because otherwise the e4 pawn would be hanging in this position. So he did have an idea behind his knight takes f6. Well,
maybe he spent 2 minutes on f4. I don't. Who knows when he came up with this?
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt here, because I don't really see why else you'd be taking on f6. Although I'm not sure what you're checking after you take on f6 before you. Oh, that one's hanging. That's what you're checking.
Right. Well, no, I think this is all part of the plan. I really like f4. I think this makes
sense. No, I agree. Now we go like rook dg1 f5.
Yeah.
Looks very dangerous still.
No, Drew, I think is playing really well. Like, okay, he won the first game, and now, I mean, I was looking at this position, I wasn't quite clear like how White is going to actually proceed here. Black has two bishops, but now f4, it's like, oh yeah, everything becomes clear, and looks pretty dangerous.
Okay, but f4, I really doubt that Black should be grabbing this one. I would play like, well, it's surprisingly hard to suggest another move, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, hey, Mitch. Thanks for the bits again, and thanks for following New Fate. I don't know what Black does.
Can I play? Oh, all of this looks ugly. I was gonna suggest e5, but
Yeah.
I don't think that's really that playable.
Right. It's
I'm like
tough.
killing my own bishop for no reason.
Right. Yeah, almost after any move here. I don't know. Maybe this was a better try though, practically speaking, because this just looks like White has all the fun in the game now.
Yeah, but I mean, there is something to be said for if everything's gonna suck, I might as well have a pawn.
I don't know if I have always believed in that, to be honest.
I believe in that. That's my feeling on the matter.
Hey, Sonny, thanks for the bits. I mean, I agree. If you're gonna suffer one way or the other, you might as well take an extra pawn. But I don't know. I feel like I'd rather just have equal material in a healthy position.
Well, but that ship has sailed, so we might as well grab the pawn. I do have an idea, though. Instead of taking on g4, is it so crazy to play b5?
No, b5 is a move.
I just want to do something instead of waiting for you to murder me.
Yeah. I mean, White does have ideas here. Maybe even just f5.
Yeah, my play is like so many miles away
Right.
from doing anything.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is one where Black has to kind of figure out their stuff a little bit more positionally. Like, they just have to find a way to challenge White's queen, trade queens, or just kind of nip White's attack here somehow. But it's really not easy. I think Mike is... Okay, might be thinking about it here, so we'll jump to... Let's see, we got Sir Tobbs against Thad playing their second game. And let's see, what did we get here? It looks like some kind of Nimzo.
I was gonna say the Nimzo, right?
3c5.
No. Oh, it was. Yeah.
And yeah. Black gets the structure. Oh, but loses the exchange. I see.
So aren't you supposed to, after dc5, I thought the move was knight a6.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to play knight a6 here.
Yeah. And then if like a3 or something, then of course you can always play this. I mean, I think this is this is the position Black was kind of trying to play for.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like just underestimated bishop a3, which shows the power of the dark squared bishop in this position, because it just holds on to everything.
And I also think it really demonstrates that Black really, it's like really important that you so often really don't want to take on c3 until you've been prodded to by a3. Because a lot of times Black is trying to play against the badness of White's dark square bishop, because there's oftentimes pawns on e3, c3, and a3. But if you take before you're forced to, before he plays a3, then the bishop has this beautiful square, and it quickly lost material.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Inducing a3 there for White definitely helps Black in this position. Then at least White has to play a4 to get that square.
That being said, this doesn't look like the worst. This actually looks like a very playable position for Black.
I mean, it's hard to break. That's true. I think the issue is that just like Black has very little counterplay, so it's very much like kind of a strategic sacrifice, and black has to hold the position.
You're very kind with your use of the word sacrifice.
True, but okay. I mean, black did get this square, so it's just like, you know what? There's compensation. It's not easy for white to break this, but at the same time, like, it's not exactly fun for black. They just have to sit.
Yeah.
Not sure if I like the direction of.
I was gonna say they're currently not sitting, which I think is gonna be troublesome for them.
Right, because white already has one weakness, like the b6 pawn to work with, so black is tied down to this one. If now black has other weaknesses and white can just like immediately transfer and like hit something at some point, then this is where things go wrong.
Yeah, I would definitely be looking to bring the queen over to the king side somehow.
Okay, G4. Well, G4. Yeah, he's kind of forcing the trade. I think white has to take this one. Looks like his idea is maybe just to create this e4 square.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm worried about my dark square weaknesses a lot. Like if the queen can ever get on the king side dark squares, I like lose the game immediately.
Right. So yeah, knight e4 is always allowing possible queen e7.
But I also think that white probably needs to move the queen in order to make progress with this position. I would maybe look into playing queen b4 and a4 to try and crack open the queen side as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Although I guess if you take with the queen, I can't play a4 here. So.
Well, no, there's some tactics like if
because d7 is gonna hang.
Yeah, exactly. So white is always happy to go for this endgame with like open rooks. Yeah. And then if knight takes a4, then we get our queen e7, and that's probably just bad for black.
I mean, you kind of lose d7 by force there.
Yeah. So definitely good position for white. I like this plan, queen b4, a4. We can also just like put our rooks on the d file and think about rook d6.
Yeah, but even if you achieve rook d6, you know, I sort of say no big deal, right?
Yeah, queen will go to c7. And
I mean, this is definitely improving, and like after the queen goes to c7, then I play queen b4, a4.
Yeah, queen b4, a4. We also get this idea to go like queen c1 and just e4.
Yeah, that's a great idea as well, actually.
Just try to, just open everything up. Okay.
Yeah, that looks very convincing. Yikes.
Okay, so right now score is 3-2, but
I think Robert took in 2 points for Team Quirked, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. Yeah, we had Jerry versus Robert, and that's 2 points for Quirked. So 5-2 is the live score. So Team Gino has some catching up to do.
They only got 3 games left, so we're looking at a clinched draw here at least. Have we taken a look at the Rosewood game, the second game? I don't think we have.
Sure. Let's open this one up. Okay, Sunny redeemed the poll. I guess we can do a quick poll. Who will win?
You got good odds on this one.
All right.
It looks like something really terrible might be happening to the white king in this position.
Yeah, this is looking dangerous. Now, that time disadvantage that black took on at the beginning of the game definitely being felt right now, but position is good. We got our poll up for the next minute here, guys. Cast your votes. Who do you think will win this battle?
Okay, with d4 now I can play bishop h3. I'm going to force you to play g3, I think. And you're not going to be so happy about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably g3.
And now h5. Let's go.
H5. Yeah, it's dangerous. I mean, this bishop is just always exerting this pressure here. Knight on F4 is kind of untouchable.
I just don't see how white ever like untangles unwinds the pressure against the king.
Maybe King H1?
Yeah, logical.
Can go Bishop G4 or something. I don't know. Let's see what we get. We got okay, Bishop H3 G3 on the board.
Yeah.
Oh, and Team Gino wins the fan poll.
Yeah. 80%. Big numbers.
Yeah, not great poll numbers, but we'll work on it. Wait, did we get, I think one of our games finished. Looks like Drew won his game in the Dragon. So nice job, Drew.
Yeah, that was a nice game. That was a really nice game.
So Knight F5. Wow.
Knight F5.
Nice move. Bishop is stuck. If H5, I guess Rook takes H5.
Also, so I assumed we were going to be taking the knight with the bishop, because this looks busted. So
yeah, nice details that Rook G7 is met with Queen D5 check.
Oof.
So this was well calculated. Now Bishop takes F5, I guess EF, and yeah, everything is still kind of...
We're just claiming that it falls apart, which is probably true.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks really tough for black. So, oh, takes Rook G7, Queen D5. This was how the game ended.
Nice. So he, I think that shows that he calculated it before he played Knight F5, which is really good. It's what you want to be doing.
Looks like, yeah, 2.5 minutes on Knight F5, and no, really strong thematic move, comes with a ton of threats, so hard for black to ignore this knight. Bishop is also continuing to hang, and I guess it is very logical after E5, especially with both pieces hanging, to consider it. But yeah, this one had to be found. So nice job, Drew.
Yeah, nice game, nice game.
All right, we got this game, which is very hot because black is doing well, but low on time. Looks like we might be getting actually repetition here.
Whoa, why are we playing
F3.
King F8? I don't understand.
King F8 might be panic move.
Well, was he on like 10 seconds or whatever?
He is, yeah, he is on 30 seconds here. And white plays for the win with King H1. All right, playing for the team. The match might be kind of decided already, but well, it's just a scrim anyway. The score doesn't really affect.
Oh, but hold on. We've just unlocked a whole bunch of tactics.
Yeah, black has gone all in here with ED4. We're gonna see Rook takes E4.
No, but hold on. Instead of recapturing, could white have played E5?
Yeah.
Like there's all sorts of stuff happening here.
There's DE could be a problem just because like white is playing chess, but black is playing checkers, so black gets to take more material.
That's a great say. Yeah. So I have to recapture for sure.
So just takes. Okay, 96. Yeah, I think Rook E4 is not quite working there, so just 96 back. But now E5 definitely could be really problematic for black.
Yeah, I mean the queen is the queen. Wait, hold on. Where does the queen go? I guess the queen goes to H5. That doesn't look fun.
Well, actually, maybe the queen is safe. I don't know.
But even if the queen is safe, it's like the white pieces have all this energy all of a sudden that they didn't have a second ago. Like just before, this bishop on C2 was so useless.
Well, honestly, I'm not sure. Like after E5, Queen H5, the problem is that knight is hanging on F3 and D4 is also hanging. So it could just like collapse for white here.
Okay, but can I play bishop E4?
Yeah. That's It's a good move.
This did become like razor sharp though, and everything is suddenly very move by move.
Yeah, it kind of holds it together, but yeah, it really just feels like Black's bishop on. Because earlier there was a pawn on c3. It's just kind of restricting the bishop. Now the bishop just has this very, very clear target. Okay, knight h4 was played. Oh, this might be interesting because there's bishop d1 ideas. If Black goes queen h5.
And just make a draw?
Well, no, trying to trap the queen, because the queen might be running short on squares here. We might see like f4 from white.
Oh, f4. I assumed you were going back to knight f3 on this position.
Oh, yeah, with queen g5, maybe knight f3. But I have a feeling white is going to be ambitious here.
He's been ambitious throughout the game, so it would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Which is good. Well, he's up on time, so he definitely has a right to...
Oh, Black has 12 seconds?
To play for a win. Yeah, 12 seconds is tough.
This is not the position you want when you have 12 seconds on your clock.
Right. Especially because you're attacking, so you feel like you might have to calculate something or find some tactics, so...
Although, here's the thing. If white plays f4 here, I'm going to take it. I'm not going to calculate it. I'm just going to take it.
Oh, that's true.
Right? Because, like, you know, I have 12 seconds. I don't want to play queen around the rosy. I'm just going to take it.
Yeah. No, it looks like it's fine. I mean, if knight f3, you know, you figure something out, queen h5 or something. You know, you just kind of believe in your position that you'll have something, and usually it will show up. No, that's a good find, actually. So maybe white should be careful here, because d4 is still hanging. So there is reason for white to repeat the position, but he's looking for something he can do.
And he's using his time, which is good. You know, you have the time advantage. Critical moment, time to use it.
Yeah, this is exactly where the time is useful to come up with maybe some kind of particularly tricky move. It would be hard for Black to deal with. Okay, knight f3, queen h5. Good, I like queen h5 more than queen g6.
Yeah.
So Black is not repeating. Now we might see bishop d1, just to continue in a different repetition. Queen g6, bishop d2, queen h5, bishop d1.
Well, but if bishop d1, queen g6, bishop c2, didn't Black sort of gain a tempo out of all this shenanigans?
Kind of, because white played like...
Because we got the same position, but it was Black to move instead of white to move.
Yeah, I think white... Somehow Black triangulated with the queen, like queen g5, queen h5.
Yeah, the queen g5. It was literally a triangulation.
That's pretty cool.
Know
knight
your
g1.
endgame principles.
Well, knight g1 is
interesting.
Risky. D4 is hanging. We'll see if Black sees it. Can just take on d4, I think. Oh yeah, no, he flagged. That's a bummer.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, but I mean, that was sort of the nature of the position. But it does sort of feel bad, especially because he started with the time penalty.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate. Actually, knight takes d4. There is bishop d1, so maybe things are very far from simple here for Black. Although I don't know, queen e5 or queen g6.
It feels like I have compensation.
Yeah, this one is hanging. Oh, and this one. Wait. This one has been hanging.
E4 is hanging. Yeah. Oh, the rook is hanging. I missed the rook.
Yeah, the rook has been hanging. Well, queen also hanging. Okay, here I don't think we can take on b1 yet, but after queen g6...
You go queen g6, yeah.
Yeah, now... So probably this is still working for...
So you can't go bishop d1, but then if you can't go bishop d1, then your position is probably very bad as well.
Yeah, now Black just pulls back and just total control. Bishop c6. Everything is great. Well, yeah. Okay, good defense there by National to pull it out. We got one game left. Sir Tobbs versus Thad, still up the exchange. Looks like white has made some good progress since last time.
Yeah, the knight no longer has its stability. How did this b6 pawn come off?
That's a good question.
He traded b6 for c4. That's a huge achievement.
Oh, he went b5, so he had some help.
Oh,
Inside
that's
job.
unfortunate. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is a really telling game, and this happens a lot. I mean, I'm guilty of this as well. It looks like he just flagged. Yeah. But I'm so terrible at just sitting with a worse position. And I think a lot of players, that's true for a lot of players, because it's so much like, oh, I want to do something, because in chess you're supposed to play actively, but sometimes your position's just bad and you just have to sit there and sort of deal with it.
Yeah, just have to stay put. Well, it looks like the match is over. The chess.com score is 4-4, but if we include the 2 games that were played on the side, mainly because Sam had a couple extra players, then thanks to the efforts of G. Robert, you win the first match 6-2, 6-4. So nice.
The boys did good.
Nice job. A lot of games actually to look at for both of you guys. Hopefully some interesting stuff. And we'll talk it over with your teams. Let me know if there's any feedback on the format. It would be nice if there was a break in between rounds. I don't know if we can fix that.
The thing that would be great is if it was almost like titled Tuesday format. Because then, they have this whole thing where all the games start at the same time, and every 3 rounds you get a break, and I think that'd be really great, something like that.
Yeah, right. Or just waiting for all the games to finish and then having 1 minute break there. Or I just 1 minute break in between rounds. Maybe we'll do like a 16+5 time control or something, and then both players can have an extra minute.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, but that would only punish the white player, right? It would just use 2 minutes off the white player's clock.
That's true. I guess white would just spend a minute if they wanted to, and then black could also spend a minute. Black could have a 2-minute break. I don't know. It's not a perfect solution. We'll have to keep thinking about it.
We'll figure it out. It's not a big deal. Anyway, thanks for having me on, Coaster. This was really great. Thanks for organizing all this. I think it's really great. It provides community and camaraderie, and that's really awesome to have in the quarantine times.
Yeah, no, it's been so much fun, and I'm very grateful to you and Coach Gino for actually doing some coaching. I mean, there's so many players in the dojo looking for some help, and we don't have time to teach everybody. So it's awesome to have student coaches, which is exactly what you would see in any dojo. You would have high rated players working with lower ones. So I hope to do these. Definitely want to do this again. In fact, we might even, if you have room, we can always open up the team for some more players, because I'm sure people would want to play. But I'll leave that up to you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely happy to take on a few more. We have an average attendance of about 6 or 7 per class, and I think there's definitely space for more there.
Okay, awesome. Hey, Sunny, thanks for the bits. Sombrero, yeah, we thought you were doing really well in the position. Of course, it was unfortunate that you just had to lose 3 minutes at the start. We're gonna try to figure something out for the format. We'll have to think about it, because the games just start automatically for now. Oh, Sunny has been watching ads for the dojo. That's great. That's been the new thing. You watch ads for bits. You send the bits to the dojo. You support us. Support us that way. Cool. So yeah, we'll be doing this again, guys. I think that's gonna be it for today. We are running a camp tomorrow, so I'll post a link there in the chat. You guys can check out the details there. Sam, do you have anything that you're doing? Anything to plug?
No, not at all. I'm a pretty boring guy these days. Not much going on.
That's fine. How do you keep busy in the quarantine era?
So I've been I have some work because I work as a teacher, and some of that is remote. Um, and then I'm actually in a master's program for data analytics, so that takes up a large portion of my time. So between that and studying some chess, I managed to put together a reasonable structure for each day.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So are you just doing all online now for your master's program?
It was actually all online to begin with, so we didn't even need to transition that much.
Nice, nice. Cool. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you all next time. Have a good one.
Thanks, everyone.